Good afternoon and welcome to off-tube unofficial commentary between Liverpool and Arsenal. That game will kick off in about 25 minutes' time. Prior to that massive game, we do have a comprehensive results show to cover today and the highlights in the Premier League, starting from the midday kickoff at the London Stadium. Manchester United's misery continues as Jared Bowen and Mohamed Kudus get the goals between 72 and the 78th minute to give the Hammers a massive 2-0 victory and to leapfrog Manchester United in the league table. Other scores today, Burnley finally managed to secure their second victory of the season, this time away, their first victory on the road at Craven Cottage against Fulham 2-0. It's actually their third victory, I should say, this season, their third victory of the season. 2-0, and Wilson Odegaard and Sander Berg got the goals there. So massive victory for Burnley at the Cottage, 2-0 there. And Luton Town, also battling relegation, secured a huge victory at Kenilworth Road against Newcastle United. A goal by Andros Townsend on 25 minutes as Santa Claus is coming to Townsend for a festive victory for the Hatters. 1-0 victory for them today. Big result. Of course, Manchester City and Brentford is postponed due to City's involvement in the Club World Cup. For Nottingham Forest, Nuno's first game in charge for the Reds wasn't a pleasant one, I'm afraid. Forest going down 3-2 at home as Nuno Espirito Santos' side were down to 10 men after just 23 minutes. Willy Bolly received a second yellow card. But Forest did take the lead just after half-time when Anthony Elanga gave the Reds a lead against Bournemouth, but cue Dominic Solanke. Two quick goals by him on 50 and 57. On the 74th minute, Chris Wood popped up to what looked like was going to grab the Reds a point. But Dominic Solanke completed his hat-trick in the third minute of injury time as the Cherries celebrate at the City ground, and Nuno Espirito Santos starts with a defeat. Finally, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Tottenham beat Everton by 2-1 today. It's only half the story. Spurs jumped into a 2-goal lead, but there was a goal disallowed for Dominic Calvert-Lewin for a foul and was ruled out by VAR. Richarlison continued his good form with a 1-0, giving the goal on 9 minutes to give the Spurs a 1-0 lead, and Son Heung-min on 18 minutes as well. Gomez on 82 minutes pulled a goal back for the Toffees, but it wasn't enough as Spurs ran out winners 2-1 there. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take a comprehensive results of every game, and we're going to start in the Premier League. So we'll start from Friday night at Villa Park. It was Aston Villa 1, Sheffield United 1. Today, West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. Fulham 0, Burnley 2. Luton Town 1, Newcastle United 0. Nottingham Forest 2, Bournemouth 3. Manchester City and Brentford's postponed. City competing in the Club World Cup. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Everton 1. And of course, kicking off at 5:30 p.m. is Liverpool v Arsenal. You can hear that with us in the commentary hub in about 20 minutes' time. Let's turn our attention to the Championship. Leeds United 4, Ipswich 0. Blackburn Rovers 1, Watford 2. Leicester 3, Rotherham 0. Middlesbrough 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Norwich City 2, Huddersfield Town 0. Plymouth Argyle 3, Birmingham City 3. QPR 0, Southampton 1. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Cardiff 2. Stoke 0, Millwall 0. Sunderland 0, Coventry City 3. Let's take a look at League One. Barnsley 2, Stevenage Borough 1. Blackpool 3, Bristol Rovers 1. Bolton Wanderers 3, Leyton Orient 2. Carlisle nil. Cheltenham 1. Charlton Athletic 1. Burton Albion 1. Northampton Town 2. Oxford United 1. Portsmouth 1. Fleetwood Town 1. Reading 2. Wigan Athletic 0. Shrewsbury 1. Peterborough United 2. Wycombe 1. Port Vale 1. Let's take a look at League 2. Accrington Stanley 2. Walsall 1. Grimsby 1. Harrogate Town 2. Morecambe 1. MK Dons 3. Sutton United 0. Mansfield Town 2. Tranmere Rovers 2. Swindon Town 1. Wrexham 2. Newport County 0. So we're just going to take a look at the Premier League table and just see how this has really affected things. Of course, Villa unable to take top spot today. Their point wasn't enough to overturn Arsenal's superior goal difference. They did take a 1-point lead over Liverpool, at least temporarily, before today's game. Spurs have moved into a Champions League position, pushing Manchester City out of the top four with their victory over Everton today. West Ham are now in 6th place after Manchester United now have dropped down to 8th with their defeat. Could have been worse for Manchester United, Newcastle failing to beat Luton. Towards the bottom of the table, Nottingham Forest are now really looking over their shoulders with Luton and Burnley winning today. They're actually only 2 points now ahead of safety, and Luton Town do have a game in hand. So that's your Premier League table up to date as we now begin the build up for Liverpool and Arsenal at Anfield today. So huge match, and looking at what we've seen between these two teams in the past, it's actually the 240th meeting between these two teams today. Liverpool actually have winning 94 of those games, Arsenal 82. And there's been 63 draws. And of course, the first meeting between these two teams took place on October 28th in 1893 in League Division 2. Yes, both these teams were out of the top division at some point in history. League Division 2 at the Manor Ground, and there was 9,000 people there. So Liverpool beat Arsenal 5-0. News events from 1893. Of course, on June 27, there was a great stock crash on the New York Stock Exchange. And on July 2022, Catherine Lee Bates writes America the Beautiful in Colorado. For the last time Arsenal won a Premier League game at Anfield was September the 2nd, 2012. It was a 2-0 victory for the Gunners that day, but it has been a long wait. In fact, almost it's been 13 years. It's been 11 years since that 2-0 victory. And I don't think Arsenal really have a better chance than today. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in about 5-10 minutes time for commentary between Liverpool and Arsenal at Anfield. First versus third. It's a massive Christmas cracker for you. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back as we count down now to Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield, first versus third, and the marquee matchup of this Christmas weekend. Well, you can see the players in the tunnel. They look well and truly pumped up and ready to go for this one. So let's just run through the teams for you, starting with Liverpool. They make two changes today. Darwin Núñez goes out, Cody Gakpo comes in, and Ryan Gravenberch makes place for Curtis Jones. Both Darwin Núñez and Gravenberch are on the bench. So Liverpool, who are managed by Jurgen Klopp, line up as follows. Alisson in goal, Kostas Tsimikas, Virgil van Dijk, the captain, Ibrahima Konate and Trent Alexander-Arnold make up the back. Curtis Jones, Wataru Endo, and Dominic Szoboszlai make up the midfield, and Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, and Mohamed Salah, who is 2 goals short of his 150 for Liverpool in the Premier League, which if he secures it today, will be the third fastest to reach that milestone. For Arsenal, they make no changes from the 2-0 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion last week. They're, of course, managed by Mikel Arteta. They have David Raya in goal. Alexander Zinchenko, Gabriel, William Saliba, and Ben White are the back four. The three in midfield are Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard, the captain. And the front three are Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Bukayo Saka. The substitutes starting with Liverpool. They have the substitute goalkeeper Kelleher, Joe Gomez, Jarrell Quansah, Connor Bradley, Harvey Elliott, Ryan Gravenberch, Bobby Clark, James McConnell, and Darwin Núñez. For Arsenal, they of course have Aaron Ramsdale as a substitute goalkeeper, Jacob Kiwior, Cedric Suarez, Emil Smith Rowe, Jorginho, Mohamed El Neni, and Leandro Trossard, who will make his 150th Premier League appearance if he comes on today, Reece Nelson, and Eddie Nketiah. So the referee today is Chris Kavanagh. He's aged 38 and he's from Ashton-under-Lyne in Manchester. He is a Premier League and FIFA official. Chris rose through the refereeing ranks very quickly. He was promoted into the Football League in 2014 and subsequently promoted to the Select Group 1 officials in 2017. Chris was listed as a FIFA official 2 years later in 2019. This is the fourth match this season Chris has taken charge of a Liverpool game, and they've been unbeaten in that time. The second time taking charge of an Arsenal game. And he will be joined on the lines by Simon Bennett and Dan Robertson. And the fourth official today is Craig Pawson in VAR. And we've already had VAR controversy in the Premier League today in a number of different games. But in VAR today is David Coote and Lee Betts. And frankly, I don't know about anybody else, but I am hoping and praying that VAR does not get involved today. Liverpool come in today unbeaten in 10 Premier League games. They've lost just one of their last 27 games. That's how in form and impressive this Liverpool team is today. Arsenal come into today having won 5 of their last 6. Liverpool unbeaten in the last 20 Premier League home games and have lost just one of the last 50. That is an incredible record. Liverpool 10 points better off than they were at this same stage last year. And Arsenal have more away wins and points in the Premier League than any other club since the start of last season. As the Kop there showing its support with the banners and the scarves that we're so used to seeing at Anfield, as it really is a capacity crowd today. The players are just sort of gathering now at the centre circles, doing their final preparations. There isn't a seat to be seen here. It is absolutely jam-packed. And Anfield will be making some noise today because Arsenal, for themselves, this is a real test of their championship capabilities. A win for them today will really will go a long way to show how well they are prepared to challenge for the Premier League title. And there is Jurgen Klopp, And Liverpool will be in their red shirt, red shorts, and red socks. Arsenal will take the jersey today, the luminous yellow with the black stripes and black shorts and yellow socks, and they will be attacking the Kop end in the first half, so attacking the goal to our right as they get this game underway. And it is Gabriel Jesus who just runs the ball back to Bukayo Saka. And the ball is played long, and just clearing that ball away is Ibrahim Konate, headed back into the half there by William Saliba. The ball is played forward. Wataru Endo is trying to get in the middle of that. Martin Odegaard plays the ball down to Bukayo Saka down this right-hand side. Bukayo Saka cuts inside, gets the cross away, and it's palmed away by Alisson, and the shot there by Jesus takes a deflection, and right off the bat, Arsenal are underway with the first corner of this game. And going over to take it will be Bukayo Saka, and it's going to be inswung this by Bukayo Saka. He's standing over this, and he's just going to swing this one in here. And just heading up in the air. Oh, that's a header! And it was just flicked on by Jesus. And it was right into Alisson's grip. And he releases the ball quickly to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball forward. And it's won back there by Martinelli. And it's now given to Kai Havertz. Havertz down the right-hand side. The left-hand side, rather. And it's swung in by Saliba, but it's to no one in particular. And it goes straight through to the goalkeeper, Alisson, and he just releases that ball to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk drops the ball back to Alisson. And Alisson now just slowing things down a little bit. And he gives the ball to Konate. Konate drops it back to Alisson. Alisson gives it to Endo. Endo back to Konate. Konate just goes all the way back to Alisson inside the Liverpool goal, and he drops it down this right-hand side to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk goes back to Alisson. Patience by Liverpool. They're just knocking the ball around right now. Alisson is going to play the ball forward to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai drops the ball back to Konate. Konate, and he gives it to Alexander-Arnold midway inside the Liverpool half, but they turn the ball over, and here's Havertz. Havertz just tried to turn, but he's fouled by Szoboszlai, and that will be a free kick to Arsenal. Midway inside the Liverpool half of the field, as Dominic Szoboszlai has stayed down. Well, this referee just going over there now to make sure he is okay, Chris Kavanagh. And well, he just caught, he actually clashed with Kai Havertz and went down. Perhaps Havertz fell on him and he was just a bit awkward, but Szoboszlai is on his feet now, and it's going to be a free kick, which Martin Odegaard is standing over. It's about 45 yards out, so I want to say about midway inside that Liverpool half of the field, and it's going to be swung in. It's a high line by Liverpool, right on the edge of the 18-yard box, and over this one is Martin Odegaard. Odegaard is going to swing this one in, and he does. Up go the heads, and it's in! It's a goal! And it's Gabriel, and Liverpool are behind, and Arsenal take the one-goal lead. And well, it's you almost feel that it was coming, don't you? Arsenal started off so well, very impressive. And Arsenal are in front. Gabriel, the goal scorer, and they're just checking it now for VAR, but Gabriel does in fact look onside, but they are doing a VAR check now. Looks fine to me, but you never know these days, do you? And I was rather hoping that we wouldn't see this today. But here we are, they're checking it for a possible offside. The tram lines are going to come out, I'm sure. But we're just going to see what's going on here. At the moment, they're still looking at it. I can't really tell you much right now other than the fact that it's still being checked. It could be the shoulder that they're looking at, but I mean, I think that that's onside. I think when you've got something this close, I mean, they're taking a long time to kind of work this out. And yes, he's onside. The green line is there. It's onside. That goal is going to be given. It's going to be 1-0 to Arsenal with the goal inside 3 minutes. And Arsenal are in the lead. And, well, Gabriel can celebrate. And what a start this is for Arsenal. What a start, because now the goal from Gabriel has given Arsenal this early advantage as they celebrate this goal. And Liverpool about to get the game back underway. And it's dropped all the way back to Konate. So Gabriel's goal has been officially timed at 4 minutes. And, well, that's a shot start for Jurgen Klopp. The ball swung in here, and you can see Gabriel, he lost his marker. And it was a beautifully directed header, which left Alisson rooted to the spot, really. He'd come out for it as Alisson, but he had to go back because he was going to get nowhere near it. And he wasn't going to get anywhere near that header. It is 1-0 to the Gunners, and Arsenal now have got a stepping stone and an advantage in this game. And Gabriel, well, that is actually his first Premier League goal of the season for Gabriel this season as well. So congratulations to him. And the ball is with Tsimikas. He gives it back to Jones. Jones now gives the ball forward. So Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai sets Jones off on his way. Jones pulls it back to Tsimikas. Tsimikas with a cross. It's hacked away there by Zinchenko. Only as far as Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk back to Szoboszlai. Midway inside the Arsenal half of the field. And it is now with Jones. Jones has the ball, gets it back off Szoboszlai, and he drops it back to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk back now with Alisson. Back to Van Dijk, midway inside his own half of the field, and he plays the ball down this side to the Greek international Kostas Tsimikas. And he turns away there from Bukayo Saka. Now Bukayo Saka has remained down, and Bukayo Saka has added some interesting, sort of like a hazel type of colour in his hair. I hardly recognised him for a moment there. But he's added this colour into his hair. It looks really good. He was pushed over there by Kostas Tsimikas. And we're going to have a free kick to Arsenal. Saka is back on his feet now. And the referee, Chris Kavanagh, has got the ball in his hand. And I assumed he was given a free kick to Saka there, but he hasn't done. He's just rolled the ball to Virgil van Dijk, who launches it forward looking for Diaz, but it's comfortably won back by Saliba, who plays it back to David Raya. David Raya clears the ball downfield, and that will roll out of play for a throw into Liverpool, taken quickly by Konate, just inside his own half of the field. He throws it right back to Alisson. And he drops the ball back to Endo, down to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk forward to Jones. Jones gives the ball away there to Kai Havertz. And Havertz nearly flicked it over Alisson. He just wasn't able to get a proper touch on it, Kai Havertz. But Jones has to be careful there. That turnover nearly costs Liverpool big time. Alisson releases the ball to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk gives it back to goalkeeper. Back. Virgil van Dijk again, he drops the ball back to Alisson, and you are listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's player of the match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports, Focus on Football and Storm FM. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. Here's Diaz. Ball over to the right-hand side to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, too short of 150. Here he goes. He runs into Kai Havertz. And Declan Rice just gets a toe poke, but only pushes it as far as Kanate. Kanate, back to Szoboszlai. Now to Virgil van Dijk. All the Liverpool players inside the Arsenal half of the field. Here's Wataru Endo to Salah. Salah tries to play Trent Alexander-Arnold on his way. Cutting across is the goal scorer, Gabriel. And he gets a goal kick in favour of him, as it seems to have come off Trent Alexander-Arnold last. And it will be a goal kick to Arsenal. We're at the 10-minute mark here. It's Liverpool 0, Arsenal 1 at Anfield. And this is massive for Arsenal. If they can keep a hold of this lead and pick up the 3 points here, what a shot in the arm that will be as they push towards the title. It's cleared long downfield by David Raya, but it's won by Wataru on Endo. Endo, long ball there, looking for Diaz. What a superb pass by Endo. And here's Diaz inside the penalty area. He cuts to the byline, tries to get the cross in, and that is a good challenge by William Saliba, and the ball goes out of play as Diaz trying to encourage those Liverpool fans in the Anfield Road end, and it just pulls back there, and that's a good challenge by Saliba. Good work by Diaz, though, really got himself into a good position there. The corner, first corner of the game for Liverpool, and it's going to be taken by Kostas Tsimikas. Tsimikas swings the ball in, and it's headed into the air by Saliba, but not away. Tried to be hacked away by Odegaard, but it's still up in the air in the penalty area. Finally, Bukayo Saka gets his foot on it and clears it to the centre circle. It's now with Trent Alexander-Arnold as Liverpool players streaming forward again. It's swung into the box there. Well, he was looking for Cody Gakpo, but it was over Gakpo's head, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 1. If you're just joining us, you've missed the early goal on 4 minutes by Gabriel. A header diverted from a free kick from Martin Odegaard into the net. And Liverpool find themselves a goal down at home. It's cleared downfield and headed up into the air by Kanate. Knocked on again by Trent Alexander-Arnold, long looking for Salah, but that ball goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw into Arsenal, level with their own penalty area, as Jurgen Klopp is looking on here. He's looking somewhat bemused at what he's seeing right now. Zinchenko clears the ball forward. Up in the air goes Virgil van Dijk. He wins that comfortably. Endo to Szoboszlai to Jones. Jones plays a long ball looking for Salah, but it was too much on that. It goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw into Liverpool, a throw into Arsenal midway inside their own half of the field. And it's going to be Zinchenko. Zinchenko throws the ball forward there, just headed on there really by Martinelli, and now it breaks to Bukayo Saka. He gives it to Martinelli. 3-on-3 of Arsenal, hurry. Martinelli, here's Jesus with a shot. Oh, and that's just over the crossbar. Might have been helped along the way by Alisson. But that was a quick break by Arsenal. 3-on-3 that time. Martinelli picks up the ball. He plays a pass quickly to Gabriel Jesus. And Jesus strikes it first time. But it's over the crossbar. Didn't come off Alisson, so the goal kick is taken quickly. And now Liverpool are on the break with Tsimikas. Tsimikas swung in and just headed behind that time. But it doesn't go totally behind from Ben White. Liverpool keep it in with Endo. Swings the ball in. Zinchenko gets up in the air. It's Salah! And he just pulls it wide. Oh, what a chance for Mohamed Salah. It just flicked up in the air off Zinchenko. And it fell at the feet of Mohamed Salah. It was at an awkward angle. I don't think he was really going to be able to beat the goalkeeper so easily from there. And he pulls it into the side netting, in fact. But that is Liverpool's best chance of the game so far. And it remains 1-0 to Arsenal, though. And we've got a free kick to Liverpool now, which we just saw just off camera there. So it's midway inside the Arsenal half of the field. Going over to take it is Kostas Tsimikas. And there's Chris Kavanagh there, our referee today. And the ball is placed down by Kostas Tsimikas. It's again a high line by Arsenal, just outside the penalty area. They're all lining up. And Tsimikas is going to launch this one in. Oh, it's a good ball in there, and it's just headed up in the air by Saliba, challenging for it is Jones, and headed again by Declan Rice, headed back in by Van Dijk, and it's just hacked away there by Ben White as far as Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold launched it back in there, and it's brought down there by Diaz, but he just lost control of it as he brought that down, and it was cleared away by Bukayo Saka. But Konate has won the ball back, and it's with Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai keeps the ball, well played by him. He gives it now to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah cuts inside. It's a good cross, headed out there by Saliba. And Zinchenko just tries to knock the ball on for Declan Rice. Declan Rice doing well to keep the ball in play there. And but unfortunately he was not able to keep the ball in play after all. And it's a throw in to Liverpool. And they've given the ball away, though, to Kai Havertz. And Havertz just plays the ball down this near side to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka coming forward now. Drops the ball back to White. Knocked on by Odegaard, but only as far as Tsimikas. He clears the ball, but Diaz is dispossessed, and it's now Odegaard again. Back to Jesus. Falls down under pressure, and actually is alleged to have fouled Kostas Tsimikas at the same time. And Liverpool take the free kick quickly. But Arsenal win the ball back with Zinchenko, and it's now given to Martinelli. Martinelli back to Zinchenko. Gives the ball to Havertz. Odegaard. Here's Martinelli, just inside the penalty area. Can he get the cross in? Martinelli being forced over to the corner flag by Szoboszlai, and the ball goes out of play. That is really good defending by Dominic Szoboszlai, as that ball goes behind now for a goal kick to Liverpool. And it's now with Tsimikas. Endo plays the ball forward looking for Luis Diaz. Getting across well there was Declan Rice. And the ball goes out of play for a throw-in. The last 10 minutes, Liverpool have really come back into this game. 72% possession. They've only really managed to create the one chance so far, though, which Mohamed Salah put wide from a pretty awkward angle. It's now back with the goalkeeper, Alisson, and he gives the ball to Endo. Endo just slips the ball over on the far side there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He sends it long for Gakpo. It's actually a good ball. Gakpo not able to control it, though, under pressure from William Saliba. Good work by the French international there, and it's finally picked up by David Raya. 17 minutes gone at Anfield. It's Liverpool 0, Arsenal 1. As there really isn't an empty seat to be seen in this wonderful old stadium. It's cleared long downfield. The header is won by Konate, but only as far as Martinelli. Martinelli slips the ball there to Havertz. Havertz drops the ball back to Declan Rice. It's now with Odegaard. Odegaard back to Havertz. Havertz drops the ball back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to Odegaard, and Odegaard just holds the ball up. And to Rice. Back to Saliba. Saliba, oh, that's a good ball to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, though, is dispossessed by Tsimikas, and it's now with Diaz. Diaz gives the ball away once more. It's not for the first time in this first half. And Odegaard then drops the ball back to Gabriel, who gives the ball away to Mohamed Salah. And Salah now is he able to keep possession from Declan Rice? Yes, he does, and he was fouled by Declan Rice as well. So it is going to be a free kick to Liverpool. And Liverpool now will get the chance to try to create something. And just standing over this free kick is Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kostas Tsimikas. Okay, and Tsimikas just standing over this one. Also Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's on his side. He takes it short to Tsimikas and then back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who launches the ball into the penalty area, but that's well dealt with by Martin Odegaard. And it's cleared now to Gabriel Jesus. Jesus now under the challenge of Kostas Tsimikas. Good work by Jesus. Kept possession there and gives it back to Odegaard. Well held up while he had some of his teammates help him. Good work by him. Here's Zinchenko. Back to Declan Rice. To Rice. Now down to Ben White. And here's Bukayo Saka. Under pressure is Saka. He gets into the penalty area. Saka swings the ball in. It's just headed out by Virgil van Dijk, though. Good work by Van Dijk and by Bukayo Saka. It's great football, this so far. Bukayo Saka gives the ball back to Rice. And it's swung across there with a shot from Martin Odegaard. And he pulls that shot wide. It wasn't one of his best efforts. And, well, there's a potential claim for a handball by Martin Odegaard. Let's have a look at this again. Oh, that should have been a penalty. That should have been a penalty. I actually think that should have been a penalty. Looking at that again, I'm surprised VAR didn't even look at that. That, to me, looked about as blatant as a penalty as you're ever going to see. And here is Gakpo. Gakpo plays it over to Mohamed Salah. Salah swings the ball in. There's Gakpo with a header, but up in the air as well as Declan Rice. And he heads the ball out to Zinchenko, and it's hacked away by William Saliba. And out as far as Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gives it to Konate. Konate. Here's Szoboszlai now. Szoboszlai has got time and space. He swings the ball in. Oh, it was more of a cross-come shot, and it's just plucked out of the air by David Raya. Well, I am very confused still as to why that wasn't checked. But there we go. I don't think anybody now can turn around and say that VAR are biased to Liverpool, because that, to me, was, well, he handled the ball, or at least from what I could see. I may need to, maybe I've missed something. I'm not perfect, but that to me looked like a penalty. Here's Martin Odegaard. Played the ball over to Zinchenko. Zinchenko played forward to Havertz. Good work by Havertz. He's dispossessed, though, by Curtis Jones. And here's Gakpo. Over to Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah drops the ball back there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And looking there for Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's ball back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's a bit wayward. And it's played forward by Trent Alexander-Arnold, looking for Salah. Salah. He's under pressure from Zinchenko. Good work by Zinchenko. Gets across there, wins the ball back off Salah. That's just showing there why Arsenal's defence is the best in the land at the moment. And here's Martinelli. Martinelli breaking forward now for the Gunners, over the halfway line. Martinelli, oh, a wonderful challenge by Konate, but it's run back there by Odegaard, and it's now with Bukayo Saka. Back to Odegaard. Odegaard across to Declan Rice. Declan Rice. Back to Ben White. Back to Odegaard. Good ball over, and it's just headed away there that time by Trent Alexander-Arnold, but headed right back into the mix to Gabriel Jesus. Back to Zinchenko. Havertz. Declan Rice. Arsenal still leading by a goal to nil here. 22 minutes gone. The goal came on the 4th minute by Gabriel via the head from the free kick from Odegaard. And it's played forward by White to Saka. Saka is fouled by Tsimikas, surely. It'll be a free kick to Arsenal, midway inside the Liverpool half of the field. Anybody, any thoughts on the game so far? If you're a Liverpool fan, if you're an Arsenal fan, please feel free to comment. Please keep your comments clean. That's all we ask. We're not rated 18+, so if you just keep it nice and clean, we'd appreciate that very much. And I'll read out your comments on air. And Declan Rice now with the free kick here. And over it as well is Martin Odegaard, as another high line by Liverpool. And it looks like, it's taken quickly by Rice, and he gives it to Bukayo Saka. They weren't expecting that, Liverpool. And Bukayo Saka swings it in, and the heads go up. It's Virgil van Dijk who just heads it away towards the touchline. And Trent Alexander-Arnold puts his foot through it. It's long, looking for Luis Diaz. Diaz just unable to bring that ball under control. He lets it bounce a couple of times. Good work, though, by William Saliba, just knocking the ball out of play ahead of Diaz. And it's going to be a throw into Liverpool, about 10 yards inside the Arsenal half of the field. Liverpool 0, Arsenal 1 at Anfield. And, well, at the moment, Liverpool have had plenty of possession, but they've not really been able to create too much. Just really that one chance by Mohamed Salah, who put it into the side netting. And here is Virgil van Dijk now, crossing into the Arsenal half of the field. Van Dijk gives it to Endo. Endo inside the centre circle, back to Van Dijk. Down this left-hand side to Curtis Jones. And he gives the ball to Tsimikas. Tsimikas, and that's a good challenge by Bukayo Saka. It goes out of play for a throw-in, level with the penalty area, the Arsenal penalty area. It's thrown all the way back to the halfway line, curiously enough, back to Virgil van Dijk. And it's now with Ibrahima Konate inside the halfway line. And the halfway circle, I should say. And now Arsenal just winning the ball back here with Saliba. Just shields it back to the goalkeeper as Reyes sends that ball downfield. And it's won back here by Declan Rice. Rice plays the ball over the top, looking for Martinelli. Martinelli has got Szoboszlai in front of him. He just pulls back a little bit and he gives it to Havertz. Havertz back to Declan Rice. Now back to Martinelli. Oh, fine challenge by Szoboszlai. Just stealing the ball away from Martinelli there. But he's only managed to give the ball back to Zinchenko, who in turn gives it to Odegaard. Odegaard back to Martinelli. Oh, he just wasn't able to bring that ball under control. But the official's flag on this near side has gone up anyway. But again, just looking at that free kick from earlier and that penalty decision, and to me, yeah, that's a penalty for me. That is a penalty for me. The only thing I can think of is they might have looked at it and thought it was not in the penalty area. That's the only thing I can think of. I can't think of any other reason why that shouldn't have been given. Any thoughts on it? Again, please just put them in the comment section. I'll read them out. I'm always interested in other people's views. Maybe you've seen something that I've missed. Like I said, I'm not perfect. Here's Curtis Jones. Storming forward now. Curtis Jones is being let go there. Curtis Jones gets a shot away. He was totally unmolested as he stormed into the Arsenal half of the field. And here's Bukayo Saka. And picked up by Diaz. Diaz trying to cut inside. And he just drops the ball back there to Endo. Endo back to Diaz, midway inside the Arsenal half of the field. Plays the ball across to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Across to Mohamed Salah. Salah plays the ball there to Gakpo. Can Gakpo get the cross in? Oh, he can. It's headed out by Odegaard. And now Martinelli on the break for Arsenal, but it's a bad first touch. And cutting across there was Konate. Nice challenge. The ball goes out of play and it's going to be a throw-in. It was a poor first touch by Martinelli, otherwise the break would have been on for Arsenal. Throw-in to be taken about 15 yards inside the Arsenal half of the field. It's Alexander Zinchenko. Throws it to Odegaard. And it's back with Saliba. Saliba. And played forward there by Ben White to Bukayo Saka. And here's Odegaard. Odegaard just turning away from Gakpo. Gives the ball to Declan Rice. And it's now with Odegaard again. He drops the ball back almost across the field to Gabriel, the goal scorer. And he gives the ball to Declan Rice. Rice looking for options. And he finds Martinelli over by the touchline. Possession has, for this first half, has been 54%. Liverpool 46%, Arsenal. But Arsenal have made more use of their possession with 6 attempts. And of course, they have the goal as well. And there's Odegaard. And it's back with Saliba and back to Odegaard. Odegaard looking for Havertz, but that is comfortably intercepted by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he gives the ball there to Curtis Jones. And it goes back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk gives the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold, oh, long ball, and he's looking for Mohamed Salah. Salah's got Zinchenko in front of him. Salah in the penalty area, turns away from Zinchenko, gets a shot away, and it's 1-1! What a strike by Mohamed Salah! Ties this game up at Anfield. Oh, that was a wonderful strike. He cut into the penalty area, beat Zinchenko, and drilled the ball past David Raya to make it 1-1 on 29 minutes. And Mohamed Salah ties this vital game up at Anfield. Well, let's take a look at this again. It was really a long ball out of nothing from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It was a beautiful pass in fairness, but picked up by Mohamed Salah. He beats Zinchenko, gets the ball onto his favoured left foot, and just drills that ball past David Raya. And it's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. And David Raya really there, just beaten at his near post. You might blame the goalkeeper for being beaten at his near post, but that was shot with such venom. I don't really think you can blame the goalkeeper. It was a thunderous strike, and Liverpool are level. And well, it's the game is back underway, and it's sort of been coming a little bit as Liverpool have sort of gained traction into this game as the half has gone on. And you're listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports, Focus on Football, and Storm FM. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. And here is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gives the ball to Konate. Konate to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk there to Jones. Jones just slips the ball there to Tsimikas. Tsimikas drops the ball back to Virgil van Dijk, who gives the ball to the goalkeeper Alisson, and Alisson now just lifts the ball again to Virgil van Dijk as Liverpool again starting from the back. It's a long ball forward, but Zinchenko trying to get up and winning that one. Martinelli slips, and that allows the ball to be won, and the ball is played to Salah. Again down this right-hand side. Salah cuts inside again. He goes down under the challenge. It's picked up though by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Headed out by Rice. And it's won there by Gabriel Jesus. But the header is won back that time by Van Dijk. It's lifted into the penalty area. Headed away by Saliba and then hacked away by Rice. Only as far as Wataru Endo. Gives the ball there to Curtis Jones. Liverpool now putting the pressure on. As this first half has progressed, they've definitely been the team with the most possession. They have looked more threatening, it has to be said, as the game has gone on. Certainly not in the first 10 to 15 minutes, but outside of that, as this game has progressed, we've certainly seen a shift. And here's Virgil van Dijk. It's now with Curtis Jones. Jones just dropped it back into his half to Van Dijk. 1-1 here at Anfield. We've got around about 13 minutes to go till half time plus stoppage time. There hasn't really been much stoppage time to report so far. Here is Salah. Salah just tries to beat Zinchenko, but no such luck that time. Here's Zinchenko now, and he plays the ball sort of almost like a hospital pass, really back to David Raya and cleared downfield. And it's won there by Virgil van Dijk. Good play by him. It's tried to be headed on by Curtis Jones, but Declan Rice wins that back and sends it all the way back to David Raya. David Raya gives it to Saliba and puts Odegaard under all sorts of pressure, but good work by him. He was able to find White, and White releases Bukayo Saka, but there is a foul by Bukayo Saka on the Liverpool player Kostas Tsimikas, and Tsimikas is down. And he looks in a very uncomfortable position. Let's just take a look. He's just pushed over there. I just wonder whether he fell. Oh yes, he ran into Jurgen Klopp, and Jurgen Klopp then fell on top of him. Jurgen Klopp was not able to get out of the way of that, and oh yes, Jurgen Klopp, you can see, falls on his left leg, which is not a good sign because Tsimikas is still down. And well, I was saying we had no stoppages so far. That was the curse, wasn't it? Now we've got Kostas Tsimikas now. He's down right now. He's just getting onto his knees now. He looks okay, which is good news. I think no real damage done as the way to Jurgen Klopp falling on that leg. My initial concern when I saw that is what damage might have been done to that leg, but he's okay. He is in a lot of pain though. It looks like he's damaged. He's holding his arm up there. He's going to need to be substituted, I think. I don't think he's going to be able to carry on. In fact, Gomez is going to come on in his stead by the looks of it. Joe Gomez. And Kostas Tsimikas. I just wonder whether he's damaged a collarbone. And Joe Gomez will make the change on 34 minutes as he comes on for the enforced change for Kostas Tsimikas. What a shame for Kostas Tsimikas, because he was actually playing quite well in this first half. and he'll be very, very disappointed with that. Everyone at the commentary hub wishes Kostas Tsimikas all the best. It's picked up by free kick is actually going to be taken by Joe Gomez, his first bit of action since he's come on. And of course, with Mohamed Salah's goal on 29 minutes, he's on 149 Premier League goals for Liverpool. One more will make it 150 if he gets that today. It will be the third fastest to have achieved that particular benchmark. And here's Martinelli. Martinelli just heads back towards the centre circle, and it's with Zinchenko and now Havertz. Havertz just gives the ball back to Declan Rice, and Zinchenko just goes down, and it's going to be a quick free kick to be taken there. And the quickest to reach 150 goals for Liverpool was actually Roger Hunt and Gordon Hodgson in 218 games and 234 games respectively. This will be his 235th appearance, so this is a big landmark for Salah if he can get that today. So the free kick is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard. And with 10 minutes to go till half-time, we are 1-1 here at Anfield. Goal on 4 minutes by Gabriel, 29 minutes for Mohamed Salah as Odegaard swings it in, and it's eventually does find William Saliba, and Saliba plays it to Bukayo Saka, but cutting across is Luis Diaz, and it's looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Well, at the half-time break, we'll be taking a break for 15 minutes, and I'll be back for the second half. Actually, the corner has been given, and we're going to see a corner now for Arsenal. And going over to take it on the far side, on this near side will be Bukayo Saka, right-hand side. So Saka is going to try and swing this one in. And it's running in by Saka towards the goalkeeper, and Alisson gets a good punch on it, but only as far as Jesus. It goes back to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka swings the ball in, and it's comfortably taken by Alisson Becker, and he quickly releases it, looking for the run for Mohamed Salah, but cutting across well there was Declan Rice and knocks the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool just inside their own half of the field, and it's going to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold just throws the ball back to Ibrahima Konate. Konate back to the goalkeeper Alisson, and it's now with Virgil van Dijk. To Curtis Jones, back to Van Dijk. Well, for Arsenal, this is a really stiff test for them today, of course. A win will really give them championship credentials, because that's what you do as a championship team. You come to places like Anfield and you grind out maybe 1-0 wins, 2-1 wins, and that really shows the type of team going forward, as a yellow card is issued here for a foul. Martin Odegaard is the guilty party and will go into the referee's notebook for the foul on Curtis Jones. So Martin Odegaard goes into the referee's notebook, the Arsenal captain. Actually, that has not been given to Odegaard, that's been given to Bukayo Saka. So Bukayo Saka has gone into the referee's notebook. And the ball is now played forward by Odegaard, and he gives the ball down this near side to Ben White. Ben White plays the ball forward, he's looking for Bukayo Saka, but it's comfortably dealt with by Joe Gomez, and it's now back with the goalkeeper Alisson Becker. So Bukayo Saka is the first name in Chris Kavanagh's notebook today. He's actually refereed 13 games in all competitions. He's shown 50 yellow cards, 1 red, and he's awarded 4 penalties. So he's not been overly happy to hand out cards, but he's not afraid to. It's now with David Raya. David Raya just slips the ball forward to Declan Rice, and Declan Rice gives it to Ben White. Ben White looking for Bukayo Saka, but Joe Gomez intercepts her. But Gomez's ball to Van Dijk is a poor one, and it's nipped in and intercepted by Havertz. Havertz gives the ball back to Odegaard. Odegaard tries to lift the ball, looking for Bukayo Saka, but good work there by Virgil van Dijk. Gets in the way of that. It's headed out by Endu, but only as far as Ben White. White tries to send Bukayo Saka on his way, but Bukayo Saka did not read that pass and it was comfortably claimed by Alisson, and Alisson releases the ball to Joboslai. Joboslai is forward to Mohamed Salah inside the penalty area. Salah plays, he was caught between a cross, really between a pass and a shot, and the ball just rolls through ahead of Cody Gakpo to the goalkeeper, David Raya, and it is still 1-1. And just turning away there is Kai Havertz as well. Looks like he was tripped and fouled. And it's going to be a free kick. As we just look at this again, what a chance it was for Bukayo Saka. He gets into the penalty area. He could have easily slipped the pass through there, the slide rule pass just through to Cody Gakpo, but I think he was caught between shot and pass, and in the end, neither was effective. And now it's with Declan Rice. Declan Rice back to Ben White. Ben White gives the ball to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard to Declan Rice. Into Alexander Zinchenko. Long ball by Zinchenko. And good interception by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just cutting out that long pass to Odegaard. To Martinelli. And the ball is played long now by Alexander-Arnold to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo picks up the ball, but the official's flag goes up. A little bit late, but it goes up, and it's going to be offside and a free kick to Arsenal. Good work there as well by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And here's a chance now for Bukayo Saka. Comes out to Martinelli. Martinelli, can he get a shot away? He does, and it goes wide. Oh, that was a quick move by Arsenal from the free kick. They got forward in no time there. Bukayo Saka found himself in the penalty area all alone. And I think he hesitated slightly. It broke loose to, as we look at this again, it's a nice pass to Bukayo Saka. He just seemed to... didn't shoot, and the ball broke loose to Martinelli. He got the shot away. The goalkeeper was beaten, but it was wide. So quick breakout by Arsenal. Transition game for Arsenal has been so quick this season. So quick at breaking out, and in numbers too. And nearly punished Liverpool there. And it's a throw in to Arsenal. Joe Gomez is on for Kostas Tsimikas, as we have 3 minutes to go until half-time at Anfield. With the injury to Kostas Tsimikas, I'm almost expecting it to be about 3 or 4 minutes. But we'll see what our fourth official, Craig Pawson, decides to award. Here's Ben White. White plays the ball forward to Bukayo Saka. Good work by Joe Gomez, helped along by Luis Diaz. Here's Endo, gives it back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk goes all the way back to his own goalkeeper, Alisson. And it's 1-1 here. Alisson back to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk, long ball, looking for, again, Mohamed Salah. He was just not able to bring that ball under control. Perhaps accredited there to Alexander Zinchenko's defending there. It goes out of play, in fact, for a throw-in to Arsenal. It's to be taken by Zinchenko. He's just standing over this ball. And Zinchenko just throws it long. They're just looking for Martinelli, but that's a good interception by Konate. But Arsenal do win the ball back here with Martinelli. It's a foul by Gabriel Jesus. It's a foul on Gabriel Jesus, and that'll be a free kick, which he takes quickly as far as Bukayo Saka. It's a good ball. Bukayo Saka drops it back to Ben White. Ben White back to Saliba. Long ball looking there for Kai Havertz. Havertz heads the ball down, but only as far as Dominic Joboslai. Joboslai gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Wonderful long pass by Trent Alexander-Arnold again, but good defending that time by Saliba on Cody Gakpo. Helped along by Martin Odegaard, and Odegaard comes away with the ball now. Odegaard dropped it back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko, long ball over to Martinelli. Martinelli just gets into the penalty area, can he? He just holds up the ball there, does Martinelli. He's under pressure by Konate. Good work by Konate. Wins the ball back there from Martinelli. And now Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball long again, this time looking for Cody Gakpo. But across there was Gabriel. And actually the referee has put a stoppage on play for a moment. And he's brought a free kick all the way back to the edge of the penalty area, which is now going to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he gives it to Endo. Endo back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. It's with Trent Alexander-Arnold now. So we're in the last minute of this first half. And here's Curtis Jones. Just slipping there was William Saliba. He's in a very advanced position there. And he gives a ball to Virgil van Dijk, and it's a long ball looking for Joe Gomez. Gomez just getting away there from Bukayo Saka. Gomez, edge of the penalty area. Oh, he tried to swing the ball over to the far side to Gakpo, but that didn't work out. But he had a lot of space in front of him there, did Gomez. Endo, we've got 4 minutes of stoppage time. Back to Curtis Jones, and it's a free kick given by Martin Odegaard, and he has to be careful. He doesn't want to go into the referee's notebook. It's going to be a free kick here. Looks frustrated there, does Odegaard. I don't think he can complain. It was a foul. He can't believe it, but it is a foul. And the free kick will be taken here, just on the corner of the penalty area, a couple of, I'd say about 5 or 6 yards out. It's an excellent position to swing in, and standing over this one is Trent Alexander-Arnold. As he already has an assist on Salah's goal and has been delivering some superb passes in this first half. And just going to take this free kick is Trent Alexander-Arnold. The lineup of players on the penalty spot is swung in and plucked out of the air there by David Raya. Wasn't a bad ball in, but good goalkeeping. Just plucking that one out of the air. And Gabriel just plays it as far as Havertz. Havertz trying to break away forward. It's just kept in play by Jesus. Is it? No, it's gone out of play. It's going to be a throw-in. As we have played 1 minute of the allotted 4 minutes of injury time. When we hit half-time, we will take a 15-minute break. And we'll be back for the second half. And here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Played long, looking for the chasing Cody Gakpo, but that was too close to the goalkeeper David Raya, and he releases it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice just down this near side to Ben White. Ben White plays the ball forward. That's a good interception by Joe Gomez, and now Liverpool trying to come away on the break with Curtis Jones. Jones has got 3 Arsenal players surrounding him there, including Ben White, and it's Ben White who gets the challenge in and puts the ball out of play for a Liverpool throw-in, and it's taken quickly by Joe Gomez, and it's given to Endo. Endo back to Virgil van Dijk, back to Endo, and it's just turned away there by Jones, who gives it to Gomez, back to Endo. Szoboszlai, just looking at what options he has available. He gives it to Endo, back to Szoboszlai. Looking for the options available. He just slides the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. As Liverpool looking for a way inside this Arsenal defence. Here's Konate. Konate back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And as Arsenal now pushing and pressing Liverpool, and they've won the ball back. And here's Martinelli. And that's a free kick, and that should be a yellow card. And indeed it is. It is a yellow card to Endo, who goes in the referee's notebook. And 2 minutes into stoppage time. As the first Liverpool player to go into the referee's notebook. No doubt about that one. No attempt to win the ball. But Gabriel Martinelli has won that free kick. And it's going to be Martin Odegaard again. Again, just about midway inside the Liverpool half of the field. It's a very high line by Liverpool. It's swung in, but it's a poor free kick. And it's headed out really only as far as Gabriel, but it's launched back towards Martinelli. Martinelli's got Alexander-Arnold in front of him. He's just trying to turn away from him, but Martinelli runs the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool. As we go into the last 30 seconds of this stoppage time, as Endu battling away there with Declan Rice, and the referee has determined it's going to be a free kick and a yellow card. Actually, that yellow card has gone to Kai Havertz. So Havertz is the second Arsenal player to go into the book. And Declan Rice. Kai Havertz is going to be walking a tightrope now for the rest of the game. He needs to be careful. The free kick is midway inside the Arsenal half of the field, and Szoboszlai and Trent Alexander-Arnold are over it. as we are just about at half time here. There can't be much longer left. We're in discretionary time now. And it's going to be Szoboszlai. I don't know if he's going to attempt a shot from here. Oh, he is, and it's blocked. And that's it. The referee calls for half time here at Anfield. And a goal on 4 minutes from Gabriel from a header from the free kick from Odegaard gave Arsenal the lead. But on 29 minutes, a sublime long pass from Trent Alexander-Arnold picked up Mohamed Salah, and he cut into the penalty area and got his shot away after beating Zinchenko and struck his shot into the roof of the net past David Raya for his 149th goal for Liverpool in the Premier League. And at half-time at Anfield, it is at Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1, and we're going to take a break. Welcome back for the start of this second half as the players are just coming out onto the field now, the Liverpool players. Score is 1-1. Just to let you know what's coming up next on the Commentary Hub tomorrow, Christmas Eve, the first Christmas Eve Premier League game since 1995 sees Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Chelsea at Molineux. Join us for that at 12:55 UK time. So for Arsenal now, who are back on for the second half as well, and see Mohamed Salah there, just getting his team together for Arsenal. It doesn't look like there's been any changes, no further changes for Liverpool at this time either. Liverpool are going to be getting the second half underway, and they are going to be attacking the Kop end, the goal to our right. And so Mohamed Salah's goal was also his 12th Premier League goal of the season. And he is looking for one more for 150 for Liverpool and to be the first fastest player in history to reach that target, as the game is back underway there. And Szoboszlai just drops it all the way back to Konate, who tries to play it off Jesus. Jesus just got a foot on it, and it rolls through to the goalkeeper. And cleared downfield there by Alisson. Just heads go up in the air there, and it's cleared out of play. And it's going to be a throw into Arsenal as we look at Mikel Arteta. Leandro Trossard, if he comes on today, will make his 150th Premier League appearance of his career if he does come on today. Of course, we'll see. No changes yet, though, by Arsenal. They are holding their nerve for the time being. Here's Virgil van Dijk, and he just gives the ball to Gomez. Gomez goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. Alisson gives it to Virgil van Dijk, and infield there to Endo. Endo, the ball is played forward, and it's cleared away by Ben White, out of play for a throw-in. As we take a look at Aaron Ramsdale at the moment, and that throw-in is taken quickly, and just trying to control that ball is Diaz, and it's just cleared away there by Declan Rice. Only as far as Gabriel Jesus, and Jesus under pressure by Virgil van Dijk. The ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. And Arsenal, well, they've got the throw-in here. It's about 15 yards inside the Liverpool half of the field, which Ben White will take. And Ben White tries to find Havertz, but Havertz slips, and now Liverpool breaking 4-on-3 if they hurry. Here's Szoboszlai. Oh, he just plays it behind Mohamed Salah. What a breakout that was for Liverpool. Salah does play the cross in, and it's cleared away by Rice. And that was a good breakout potential by Liverpool, but the pass from Szoboszlai was played behind the Egyptian. And Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball forward for Salah, but Salah miscontrols it, and Arsenal can now come away. Martinelli is dispossessed though, and here's Salah again. Salah under pressure there, but cutting across is Gabriel Jesus to make the challenge on Salah. Gabriel plays the ball forward to Jesus. Jesus is ran right into by Konate, and that is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. As Gabriel Jesus gets to his feet. The free kick is, barely just across the halfway line, which Jesus has left for Zinchenko. Zinchenko takes it quickly to Havertz, who gives it to Martinelli. Martinelli tries to play the ball to Havertz, but it comes off. It comes off. Szoboszlai and goes out of play for a throw into Arsenal. Taken by Zinchenko to Odegaard. Back to Zinchenko. And Declan Rice just trying to get in there. That's a good challenge by Jones. And here's Gakpo now. Gakpo under pressure there from Declan Rice, but there's a judge to have been a foul. The assistant's flag going across on this near side, and Declan Rice has in fact shown the yellow card for that. Yes, he's just got a hold of Gakpo's arm there. No real attempt to win the ball. So Declan Rice becomes the third Arsenal player to go into the referee's notebook. And it's a free kick for Liverpool. Probably about 45 yards from goal, midway inside the Arsenal half of the field. It's on towards the right-hand side of the penalty area, if you're looking at it onwards. And it's going to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he swings, he tried to get the cross in, but it was blocked by Gabriel Jesus and goes out of play for a throw into Liverpool. Poor free kick that time by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to take the throw in though, as Liverpool will now get an opportunity with a throw in level with the penalty area. And he's able to find Diaz. Diaz tries to get the cross in. David Raya comes up ahead of Gakpo and claims that out the air and releases it to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard to Ben White. White just drops the ball back there to it's dispossessed there is Odegaard, and here's a chance for Liverpool, and it is a shot by Salah and it's blocked. It takes a deflection really, and then just goes through to David Raya, making it very comfortable for David Raya. But the giveaway here by Odegaard, the pass across there by Szoboszlai to Salah, and his shot is blocked or deflected and goes through to David Raya. Here's Martin Odegaard. Odegaard gives the ball to Saka, but Saka is dispossessed, and here's Salah again, this time on the other side. He gives the ball to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai was about to unleash, but that's a good challenge by Gabriel Jesus. And now here's Havertz, and Arsenal are on the break if they can hurry, but that's poor control by Martinelli, and that move breaks down for Arsenal, and now Liverpool can come the other way with Luis Diaz. Diaz gives the ball to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tries to play the ball through there to Gakpo, but that's a good piece of defending by William Saliba, and the ball is cleared away now to Saka. Saka holding the ball up, looking for support. That's a good ball to Martinelli. Martinelli's got Konate in front of him. He's got the beating of Konate. It's Martinelli, but a good challenge. Well fought back there by Konate, and stops Martinelli in his tracks, and he clears the ball downfield, and now Liverpool are on the way with Mohamed Salah. He gets into the penalty area. Salah, is he able to beat Zinchenko a second time? He squares it across to Diaz, and Diaz's shot is very disappointing. He pulls it wide. A disappointing end there to a promising break by Liverpool from their perspective, but that was very quick, and that was good football. And the start to this second half, as we're seeing, has been quite frantic. 6 minutes gone at the start of the second half. It is Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1 at Anfield, as Liverpool are attacking the Kop end in the second half. The goal kick is going to be taken by David Raya, right-footed downfield, looking for Havertz. Havertz, is he pushed there by Konate? He's asking the referee, Chris Kavanagh. Chris Kavanagh has said no, and the game carries on now with Endo. And he gives the ball to Virgil van Dijk. And it's back with Alisson. Alisson back to Van Dijk. Liverpool captain. He plays the ball forward there to Curtis Jones. Jones has got two Arsenal players surrounding him, and he slips the ball to Joe Gomez. Gomez across to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got alongside him Konate. Instead, he finds Endo. Endo tries to turn Gabriel, but no success. And Gabriel gives it to Zinchenko, but Zinchenko is dispossessed now. And here's Salah. Salah just trying to feed Gakpo. But that's a good bit of defending by Declan Rice, just nipping in there to stop that pass. But Zinchenko, well, he was completely dispossessed there by Salah. Salah looking to feed the pass through between the two Arsenal players, but that's good work by Declan Rice. And he prevents a clear chance on goal there. And now Arsenal coming forward, the pass by Odegaard and a foul there on Gabriel Jesus by Virgil van Dijk, and Van Dijk doesn't agree. But the free kick is given as Jurgen Klopp protests to the fourth official, Craig Paulson. And Craig Paulson's just having a chit-chat with him now. I often wonder why officials complain at the fourth official. It's not like the fourth official is the referee in the middle. I do often wonder why they do that. Here is Gabriel. Gabriel gives the ball there to Saliba. Saliba plays the ball forward. Good one ahead there by Konate. And Liverpool fighting to win the ball back now. And it's Endo gives it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai to Diaz. Diaz, oh, he's got Gomez overlapping on the far side. Gomez gets a shot away. Oh, that was close. Joel Gomez. Well, he had David Raya beaten all ends up to the left-hand side there. But it just flew past the wrong side of the post as far as Liverpool are concerned. And just let's have a look at this again. He had Saliba in front of him there. It was a beautiful curling effort. David Raya beaten all ends up, but that was just wide of the post and close there for Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp was applauding that effort, and well, he might. It was an excellent effort. And here's Trent Alexander-Arnold plays the ball forward now, looking for Gakpo. It's hacked away by Declan Rice to Konate. Konate's back pass to Alisson wasn't the best, with Gabriel Jesus barrelling in, but Alisson does clear the ball in the end. And Arsenal now just nip back to win this ball. It's Bukayo Saka. Is he fouled there? The referee says yes by Luis Diaz. Right in the centre of the park. And, well, Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff just having a chit-chat there. Just wonder whether any changes may be coming up for him in the near future. And here's Declan Rice. Gets the ball back off Ben White. It's now with Odegaard. Odegaard gives the ball to Jesus. Again, the challenge from behind. It's a long, beautiful pass by Odegaard to Martinelli. Martinelli gets in the penalty area, but good challenge there by Szoboszlai. And now Liverpool can counter on the break, and it is with Mohamed Salah, but Salah's touch, oh, there, it was disappointing. His second touch there, it just got away from him, and Zinchenko just sent it back to David Raya, who clears the ball downfield, and it's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool. And now it's with Virgil van Dijk to Endo. Endo back to Konate, and Konate gives the ball to Virgil van Dijk as Liverpool slow the game down. We've had 11 minutes gone in the second half. It's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. Still nothing separating these two teams. And here's Endo. Gives the ball to Gomez. Gomez running again at that Arsenal defence. Gives the ball on the far side to Diaz. On the left-hand side, Diaz. Diaz cuts inside, tries to get the shot away. It's blocked by Odegaard. And it bounces all the way back into the Liverpool half to be picked up by Konate. Konate across to Van Dijk. Van Dijk just looking at options available. He gives the ball to Endo. You're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports, Focus on Football, and Storm FM. And don't forget, you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1. And it's now with David Raya. just gives the ball to Gabriel. Gabriel gives it to Declan Rice, to Zinchenko, just turning away from Jobberslai. Zinchenko just slips the ball to Declan Rice, who knocks it on to Odegaard. It's now across to Ben White, as Arsenal now breaking in numbers. Bukayo Saka coming forward now. Bukayo Saka, he's got Gomez in front of him. Good work there by Gomez, and just gets in the way of that pass to Ben White and prevents a corner. Good work by Joe Gomez there. And it's going to be a throw in to Arsenal, though, about level with the 6-yard box, and it's going to be taken by Ben White. White tries to throw the ball to Odegaard. It was in the way again was Joe Gomez. Good play by him since he's come on. He's done very well. It's launched back into the penalty area and up in the air, won by Jesus. Jesus gets a shot across the face of goal. Nobody following up there. Jesus just drilled that across the face of the goal, and there was nobody following in. And it goes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. And he just brought it down with his chest brilliantly now and gets it across, but there was no Arsenal player following through. And it's going to be a throw-in just down this near side to Liverpool, which Trent Alexander-Arnold will take. And it's thrown forward there, looking for Luis Diaz, but that's good work indeed by Saliba. And the ball is now played across to Ben White. White plays the ball forward, looking for Bukayo Saka, but good work by Gomez intercepting on that. And he plays the ball there to Curtis Jones and out to Luis Diaz. Diaz plays the ball off Bukayo Saka and out of play for a throw into Liverpool. Level with the Arsenal penalty area, taken quickly. It's Joe Gomez. Gomez plays the ball down to Endo. Endo just drops the ball back there to Virgil van Dijk, to Konate. Konate, Arsenal pressing them, pushing Konate to go all the way back to Alisson Becker. And Alisson Becker clears it downfield, but he's not able to find Mohamed Salah, and that goes out of play for a throw-in to Arsenal, as the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes have become somewhat scrappy. And throw in here to be taken by Zinchenko. Just looking for options available. It's thrown back to Mohamed Salah in the end, but that's a good interception by Zinchenko. And Gabriel plays it back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice goes across to Ben White. Ben White plays it forward, still inside the Arsenal half here, midway inside. It's Declan Rice now. Good ball by Declan Rice to find Havertz. Havertz finds Zinchenko. Zinchenko just over the halfway line. Good ball by Zinchenko. Finds Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka now got Gomez in front of him. What can he do, Saka? He gets across away. Oh, and again, no one's there. It comes back to Odegaard. Back to Zinchenko with a shot, but over the crossbar. But once again, no Arsenal forwards following through on that cross from Bukayo Saka. And this is most unfortunate because this ball was delivered right into that corridor of uncertainty. And, well, there was nobody following through. Martinelli was the closest. Came back to Zinchenko, who blazed it over the crossbar. And it's now back with Alisson. And we played an hour here. It's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. And, well, at the moment, it's very sort of 50-50. Both sides seeing plenty of the possession, breaking forward, but it's a final ball really for both teams that's lacking in this second half. It's now back with Alisson, and Alisson plays the ball out to Gomez, who hacks the ball forward, but that's won back by Arsenal. But Odegaard unable to control that really, and it's now back with the goalkeeper Alisson again. And he gives the ball to Van Dijk as Liverpool building up from the back again. Van Dijk. And it's across to Konate. Konate back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And back to Alisson. And across to Van Dijk. And, oh, Curtis Jones nearly gave the ball away there, but he found Joe Gomez. And it's now back with Virgil van Dijk. And Van Dijk tries to launch the ball long, looking for Cody Gakpo. Chests it down to Szoboszlai. It's going to be Szoboszlai with a shot from 30 yards out, but he pulls it wide. Good effort by the Hungarian international, but he pulls that shot wide. And, well, it was worth the effort, really, because, to be honest with you, at the moment, Liverpool are trying to almost walk the ball into the net at the moment as well, and so are Arsenal. So it was worth the effort, but it was well wide. Goal kick to be taken by David Rea, long downfield, won by Virgil van Dijk. Zinchenko tries to head the ball on to Declan Rice, who hacks the ball back into the Liverpool half of the field, and Konate brings it down well. Konate, long ball forward, chasing this one is Gakpo, but David Rea is right there on the edge of his penalty area to pluck that one out of the air, and he releases it to Declan Rice. Rice, back to White, to Rice, and here's Odegaard now, still inside his own half. Good ball to Bukayo Saka. He's got Gomez in front of him. He checks back, does Saka, and gives it to Ben White, who in turn gives it to Rice. And it's now with Gabriel. Gabriel gives the ball to Declan Rice again, as Arsenal patient build up now as they tend to commit men forward. Here's Bukayo Saka, and it's with Declan Rice. Declan Rice plays the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard turning away from Endo, and it's a free kick. And Endo needs to be careful because he has been booked, of course. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal as Arsenal's captain Martin Odegaard just gets to his feet. And free kick to be taken as Liverpool are preparing substitutions for Gravenberch and Darwin Núñez are preparing themselves to come on, perhaps adding some extra aerial power there for in Núñez. We'll see how that plays out, but it's a free kick to Arsenal. And it's midway inside the Liverpool half of the field, and Declan Rice is just going to swing it in. Oh, and it just escapes everybody and doesn't even quite go out of play. Although just ushering that ball out of play is Trent Alexander-Arnold, getting a shove in the back from, or a shoulder in the back, I should say, from Martinelli. And it's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool. Are we going to see the substitution now? Doesn't look like it. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to take the throw-in now. And he just throws the ball to Szoboszlai, who hooks the ball forward. It's won back by Declan Rice, who heads it back on, and then again headed by Endo. And getting in there with a challenge there is Gabriel. Good work, and it's won back now by Havertz. Havertz now, let's see what he can do for Arsenal. Havertz drops the ball back to Zinchenko, gives it to Odegaard. Odegaard, 3 players surrounding him, and down he goes under the challenge from Gakpo, but the referee says play on. So they may revisit that later, but it's Bukayo Saka. And he gives the ball to Odegaard as Saka goes down in another late challenge there. And Saka with Jones around him. Odegaard with Jones around him. And the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Liverpool, as down there right now is, not quite sure who that is. Might be Joe Gomez, actually. He's just clutching a hold of something there. Saka had the ball there. It was Joe Gomez that met him. Actually, no, it was Luis Diaz that met him. And let's just take a look here. Oh, it was late. But it looks like Diaz has come off the worst of it, and he's just still on the floor right now. We're just gonna see what is happening here, because he doesn't look in a very comfortable position at all. As he's just explaining to the Liverpool physio what has happened. And you can see here his the Liverpool physio now just communicating back to the bench. Alisson Becker is over to see what he can do, but it looks like this could be a pretty unpleasant injury. I just wonder whether this is going to mean Klopp maybe rethinks about who he brings on. I think Núñez will probably have to come on for Diaz if that's the case, but Gravenberch possibly for Curtis Jones. Arsenal also making a substitution as Leandro Trossard is raring himself to come on to make his 150th Premier League appearance. So Arsenal readying to bring on Leandro Trossard. That probably will be for Martinelli, I suspect. Diaz is now sort of making his way off the field now. Just receiving some consolidations from Szoboszlai. And he looks very, very frustrated there, as now Elliott looks like he will be coming on. So Elliott will probably come on for... well, we're going to see exactly what's going on. There's 3 substitutions, so we're just going to take a look. Gakpo is one of them. So that will be, I suspect, for Nunez. So Gakpo is off. And Diaz is the other, of course, not surprising. And we're just seeing who the other one is there. Looks like it's Curtis Jones. So, yes, here we go. We got the 3 substitutions for you. We got Elliott, Gravenberch and Nunez on for Gakpo, Diaz and Jones. And Leandro Trossard is now readying himself to come on for, as suspected, Martin Odegaard. So, lots of substitutions for us to kind of work through there. And those substitutions took place on the 67th minute. So, Elliott, Gravenberch and Nunez on for Diaz, Gakpo and Jones. And Martinelli is off for Trossard. As we're about to get this game back underway now. And the throw-in is taken quickly and hacked away there by William Saliba downfield, and just up in the air there goes the number 4 there for Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk, and it's now with Havertz. Havertz gives the ball to Zinchenko. So Elliott's wearing 19, Gravenberch 38, Nunez 9 for Liverpool. And here is Bukayo Saka. Saka just slips the ball there to Declan Rice, who swings the ball in, and it's just headed away there. And Arsenal now pick up the ball with Zinchenko. Zinchenko plays the ball forward there to Trossard. He's wearing number 19 for Arsenal. It's Trossard. He tries to turn away, but the ball goes out of play. Of course, it's his 150th Premier League appearance for Leandro Trossard today, so congratulations to him. And Curtis Jones is now going to take this throw-in for Liverpool. And just looking for the options available. Throws it long there, just Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's up in the air by Saliba. Declan Rice just trying to sneak in ahead of Nunez. And Gabriel just gets the ball back to Odegaard. Odegaard just turns away from Gravenberch. And he gives it back to Ben White. And it's now with Ben White again. Arsenal have had 72% possession in the last 5 minutes to Liverpool's 28. As that ball is played to Martin Odegaard, who goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And David Raya clears that ball downfield and attempted to be flicked on there by Havertz. And here's Elliott. Elliott with a shot, takes a deflection on the outside of the post. Well, it was a strike by Elliott. Well, it took a deflection and, the deflection was off Gabriel's arm, actually, and just took it to the outside of the post. Well, Raya was scrambling. He may or may not have gotten there, but that's the closest Liverpool have come to taking the lead. Instead, it's going to be a corner now to Liverpool, their 3rd of the game, as Arsenal putting up a defensive line by the penalty spot. As Darwin Nunez is up there. Of course, we know he's capable. Virgil van Dijk in there, Gravenberch in there. It's swung out all the way to the back post, headed back in by Van Dijk, but then headed away by Gabriel. And Endo just challenging with Saka there, and Saka plays the ball forward. And chasing this one now is Trossard. Trossard, let's see if he can beat Gomez. He's just trying to get behind the Liverpool player. Trossard just turning away from Szoboszlai. And he's surrounded by 3 Liverpool players now. And finally, Szoboszlai gets in the challenge, and it goes behind for an Arsenal corner. Well, from one end of the field to the other, both of these sides can break incredibly quickly. Bukayo Saka now is going to take the corner for Arsenal. And Saka just standing over this as we've got 19 minutes to go here. It's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. And it's going to be swung in here. If this stays the same, Liverpool will move to second. Arsenal will stay top. It's swung in and headed out by Joe Gomez. back as far as Odegaard, but he got confused with another Arsenal player. And Liverpool on the break. It's 5-on-2 if Liverpool can hurry. And it's now played to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Oh, he rattles the bar. Oh, I say, what a breakout by Liverpool. 5-on-2, and Trent Alexander-Arnold just got the pass from Salah, and he just rattled it against the crossbar. As for the second time in this half, Liverpool hit woodwork, and it's a long ball there played by Zinchenko, looking for Trossard, but in the end, it just was never going to find him. And here is Saka. Saka just cutting inside now, and good challenge there by Gomez. Good work by him, and he comes away with the ball now, just Gomez. But this has been Liverpool have come close in the second half to gaining the lead, hitting the woodwork twice now. And here's Gravenberch for Liverpool, and he gives the ball to Gomez. Back to Virgil van Dijk, to Konate. Konate just gives the ball back to Van Dijk, and Van Dijk plays the ball down this near side to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai tries to set off Salah on his way, but good work by William Saliba, gets the ball ahead of Salah and gives it to Zinchenko. Zinchenko clears it, and challenging for that ball was Gabriel Jesus, but good work by Konate. And the ball is now with Endo. Endo gives the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Alexander-Arnold just switches the ball across to Virgil van Dijk, and Van Dijk gives the ball down to Harvey Elliott. Elliott now cuts inside, and he gives the ball to Endo. Endo, and it's now with Gravenberch. Gravenberch just plays that to Elliott, and Elliott back to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez with a shot, and David Raya gets down to his right-hand side to make the save. It was at his front post. He was always going to save that one, I think. And it does go behind for a Liverpool corner. And Liverpool certainly looking the most likely to score at this time. And it's Szoboszlai who is going to take this corner. Van Dijk, Nunes, Gravenberch, and Salah all in there, along with Konate. It's swung in this time, and it just misses everybody. Goes over everybody's head and goes behind. Must have just come off an Arsenal player. It's actually a corner now to Liverpool on the other side. So the linesman down this near side has determined that it was in fact a corner. And it's going to be a corner to Liverpool. We've got 15 minutes remaining. And in about 10 to 12 minutes time, I'll be naming my player of the match for this game. And the corner is going to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold. It is outswung, and the header on there by Nunes, and it's just over the crossbar. Wasn't able to get his head over that, and it goes out of play. You're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's player of the match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports, Focus on Football, and Storm FM. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. And that is my marketing duties done for today. And as we look again at that 5-on-2 breakout for Liverpool, which rattled the crossbar from Trent Alexander-Arnold. They'll never get a better chance, I don't think, Liverpool win this game than that. As William Saliba just clears the ball out of play, and Arsenal readying their second substitute, and it's going to be Eddie Nketiah who will come on, and I suspect it could be for Jesus, I suspect, but we'll see. Here, the ball is played forward there by Szoboszlai, but it's won back by Arsenal. And here's Trossard now, just going over the halfway line to Bukayo Saka. Saka's got Gomez in front of him. He sets off White. Will White get there? Oh, he does, but he's only able to keep the ball in play whilst conceding a throw-in. Right over by the corner flag, which is going to be taken by Liverpool. We're going to see that substitution. It is going to be Gabriel Jesus. And Gabriel Jesus will come off for Eddie Nketiah. 76 minutes gone. Here is the timing of that substitution, as it's Arsenal's second change of the game. as the Arsenal fans applauding the effort of Gabriel Jesus. And he's done a lot of huffing and puffing today. He's worked very hard as he heads off now to be replaced by Eddie Nketiah, especially with this. Arsenal won't want to have him injured with the busy run of games coming up over Christmas. And talking of which, we have a game for you tomorrow on the Commentary Hub. And it's the first Christmas Eve game since 1995. And it's at Molineux. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Chelsea. Join me tomorrow for that one at 12:55. And now Arsenal win the ball back here with Havertz. Havertz drops the ball back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko again. I'll just slip the ball back to Odegaard, and Odegaard's pass there was found Gabriel. Gabriel's pass though to Saka didn't find Saka, and it was cleared by Gomez. Gomez's clearance was not the best, and it's picked up by Kai Havertz, but he's been dispossessed too, as it's very scrappy here. Here's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's pass is a poor one, as both teams just giving the ball away at will right now. Here's Havertz, gives the ball back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice holds the ball up just in the centre circle, gives the ball back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko goes into the Liverpool half of the field, and he just tries to beat Gravenberch. No such luck, but it is won back by Havertz. And it's now with Declan Rice as Arsenal trying to create something in this game now. Declan Rice plays the ball over to Bukayo Saka. Let's see what Saka can do. Oh, is he tripped? He gets back, he jumps back onto his feet as he's challenged again by Darwin Núñez. And the ball goes out of play for a throw-in. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. And here's Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko in the centre circle. Just looking at what options he has available. He gives it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice gives it to Saka. Overlapping on the far side is White. White gets a cross in, but nobody there. And it comes back to Zinchenko, and it's blocked that time by Konate and cleared away and helped along its way that time by Gravenberch. It's now picked up by Saliba. Saliba gives the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard, bit of space now. Can he find Saka? Saka in the penalty area. Can he get the cross away? He's going to try again in a moment, is Saka. He gets it back to the edge area to Declan Rice. It's blocked that time by Konate one more time. And now Liverpool can come away, and it's Szoboszlai. But it's dispossessed is Szoboszlai and Kai Havertz. Havertz holds the ball up now. He gives the ball there to Declan Rice. Well, it's a good ball there to Bukayo Saka. It's now back with Odegaard. And here's Nketiah. Nketiah to Trossard. Trossard pulls back to the corner of the penalty area and back to Alexander Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to the centre circle. And it's Declan Rice. Good ball out onto the far side to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka just checks back to Saka. And under pressure by 3 or 4 Liverpool players there. He finally gets the ball to Gabriel. Gabriel plays it to Trossard down this left-hand side. Trossard plays the ball into Havertz. Havertz, what can he do with it? He goes down. He's never going to get a penalty for that. Never going to get a penalty for that in a million years. But Arsenal win the ball back, and it's Zinchenko. Back to Trossard. Trossard tries to play the cross. It's a good block by Konate there, and an important block as well. Now, Havertz is appealing to the referee. We're going to take a look at this. I just want to see this again. No, there's nothing in that, hardly. You can't possibly give a penalty for that. That would be a crazy decision. Havertz goes down, and obviously nothing has come of that. Here is Konate now for Liverpool. He plays the ball to Harvey Elliott. Elliott plays the ball forward to Mohamed Salah, and he's been dispossessed. Here comes Leandro Trossard. Trossard just plays the ball back to Gabriel, who plays the ball pretty stressful pass there to Havertz, who gives it back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice now has the ball. Declan Rice slips the ball to Mohamed Salah, and it's now with William Saliba. Saliba just gives the ball to Declan Rice as he just pulls away from Darwin Núñez, and he gives the ball to Ben White, and White out to Bukayo Saka. Saka just the ball rolls out of play, and it's going to be a throw in midway inside the Arsenal half of the field, and Liverpool half of the field. He throws the ball to Saka. Saka tries to get the ball across, but Alisson comfortably picks that ball up. It was far too close to him, and now Liverpool coming forward, and it's Gravenberch. Gravenberch plays the ball forward to Núñez. Núñez now storming into the penalty area with the ball. Darwin Núñez, he checks back, just beats two Arsenal players. Núñez gives the ball then back to Szoboszlai. Oh, fine challenge that time by Nketiah, but Liverpool still maintain possession. It's Harvey Elliott, and it's back to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai pulled back to Mohamed Salah. Salah back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to Elliott. Elliott back to Szoboszlai. He tends to get the cross in, but it's cleared away by Gabriel, only as far as Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's been brilliant today. Good interception that time by Declan Rice, but his ball is not a good one. It only finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gravenberch is dispossessed now, and Eddie Nketiah just tries to nip in and wins a free kick against Mohamed Salah, who complains about that decision. But the free kick was taken quickly, but a bit too quickly for Kavanagh's liking, and he is booking Mohamed Salah, not for the challenge, but for remonstrating with the referee. So in 84 minutes, a yellow card for Mohamed Salah. And that is disappointing for him. And another one of those silly ones. Referee isn't going to change his mind. Zinchenko gives the ball to Kai Havertz, and here's Leandro Trossard. Trossard trying to get away from Szoboszlai, gets the cross in, but a good challenge by Szoboszlai, and it's going to be a corner. And we're going to see an Arsenal corner here, which Trossard will take. And in about 3 minutes time or so, I'm going to be naming my player of the match. Already sent it to my producer. And the corner is going to be taken by Leandro Trossard. And it's a poor one, and it's comfortably dealt with. Out of play at that time by Joe Gomez, and it's going to be a throw-in. Almost level with the Liverpool penalty area, and Trossard was going to take it. He now leaves it for Alexander Zinchenko. And Zinchenko is about ready to roll this one in. And it's given now to Zinchenko again, and it's just won here by Havertz. Havertz tries to get a shot in. Good block that time by Endo. Arsenal keep the ball in play just for a moment, but a challenge by Harvey Elliott forces the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. Alexander Zinchenko is going to take it, and it's launched into the box, and Eddie Nketiah picks it up. Nketiah edge of the area. Oh, he's just dispossessed by Endo, and the clash between Nketiah and Endo ends in a free kick to Liverpool and a yellow card for Eddie Nketiah. So Eddie Nketiah goes into the referee's notebook on 86 minutes. Okay. See now the ball is with Virgil van Dijk. And it's picked up there by Nketiah, but he's dispossessed though by Salah. Salah plays the ball across to Gravenberch. It's just out on that side there to Harvey Elliott and Gravenbeck. It's just dispossessed by Declan Wright. And now Odegaard, is he fouled there? Yes. That'll be a free kick to Arsenal. And very shortly now, I'm going to name my player of the match. We're going to do it the next stoppage of play, I think. Okay. And over this one is David Raya. As time is ticking down here, as this game is heading to a draw. And it's taken by David Raya, who launches the ball downfield, and that's just left by Konate to go out of play for a throw into Liverpool. So today's player of the match, I have decided to give to Trent Alexander-Arnold. His assist for the goal, and his passing has been quite brilliant today. He's got forward in advanced positions and created chances, and also hit the crossbar himself. So for me, today's player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Liverpool's number 66, Trent Alexander-Arnold. As we are inside with 2 minutes to go, and the referee now is just looking at something here. We're just trying to see what that is. There's a clash there between Saka and Gravenbeck. Let's just take a look. Oh, it's a studs were up, but I actually think, in fairness to Saka, that he slipped there. He obviously slipped. I don't think that this is really worthy of looking at, to be honest. He so obviously slipped. And I think that's what the referee is pointing out to Virgil van Dijk now. So the game is going to get back underway. And here is Gravenbeck now for Liverpool. He plays the ball. Oh, it's a disappointing pass. Intended to find Elliott, but it was intercepted by Havertz. And Havertz now moving forward, just plays the ball forward to Nketiah, but a good challenge by... Well, no, it's a free kick given here against Virgil van Dijk for the foul on Eddie Nketiah. So it's just inside the Arsenal half of the field as Kai Havertz has gone down now. And he's not getting much sympathy from the Liverpool fans on that stand on the far side. He's now getting onto his feet as we're approaching injury time now. Perhaps with some of the stoppages in the second half, we may see 4 or 5 minutes of that. Craig Paul will let us know about that very, very shortly. And it's going to be taken by Ben White. It's just inside the Arsenal half of the field. And it's going to be 5 minutes stoppage time, incidentally, as Darwin Núñez wins the ball back and tries to break away, but a good challenge by Ben White. And the ball goes out of play. And the referee is in fact given a free kick. It's Virgil van Dijk. He's going to take this free kick. And he gives it to Konate. Konate coming forward. So we're inside the 5 minutes of stoppage time that Craig Pawson has allowed, but Konate has been dispossessed here by Martin Odegaard. He gives the ball to Leandro Trossard. Trossard trying to just get away from Trent Alexander-Arnold, but once again Trent Alexander-Arnold doing very well, and he plays the ball forward looking for Mohamed Salah, but cutting across with the challenge here is William Saliba. Great play by him. Saliba just gets away then from Trent Alexander-Arnold again. Gives it to Declan Rice, who gives it back to David Raya. David Raya clears the ball downfield, and header in the air there by Virgil van Dijk. Good work. And the ball is played forward though by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Ben White has been booked, and it comes back to Saka with a shot, and it looks like it might have taken a deflection. Ben White has in fact been booked as well, and I'm not sure what that was for, but he's been booked. So we have a corner to Arsenal now, and it's going to be taken by Leandro Trossard. And let's see, the fifth Arsenal player into the referee's notebook today. And it's going to be taken by Trossard here as we are inside stoppage time. It's swung in, heads go up, and Gabriel tried to win the header there, but the ball in fact will go out of play as Virgil van Dijk getting on the end of that. We have got 3 minutes of stoppage time remaining here, plus whatever discretionary time Chris Kavanagh chooses to add on. Zinchenko now. As it stands, Liverpool and Arsenal are going to be top of the league at Christmas time. This can all change on Boxing Day, of course, but as it stands, Arsenal will be number 1 on 40 points, Liverpool on number 2 at 39 points. If it stays the same here, as there's a foul there by Zinchenko on Martin Odegaard, on Harvey Elliott. As time ticking down in this one, it's almost on the halfway line, which Szoboszlai will take. And he gives the ball back to Konate. Konate drops it back to Alisson. Alisson across there to Virgil van Dijk. He plays the ball forward. Oh, it's brought down by Darwin Núñez, but not the best, really. And William Saliba just nips in and gets it back to the goalkeeper, David Raya, who clears the ball downfield, and it's gone out of play. It's going to be a throw-in, which Virgil van Dijk was going to take. Instead, he's handed it to Joe Gomez. Time ticking down here. At full time, I'll go through the rest of the Premier League scores for the weekend going forward. And I will do that for you at full time here. Before we go off the air, as it's headed on by Harvey Elliott to Darwin Núñez, but it goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. As we're inside the 4th minute of stoppage time now. And Arsenal will have the throw-in inside their own half of the field, midway inside their own half of the field, and it's going to be taken by Ben White. It goes long, looking for Eddie Nketiah. Arsenal win the ball back, and it is Havertz. Ball is played forward, but that's won back by Virgil van Dijk. And Joe Gomez challenging with Bukayo Saka. The ball goes out of play. Both are appealing for the throw. It goes in favour of Arsenal. And it's just inside the Liverpool half of the field. And once again, it's going to be Ben White. As we are inside now the last minute of injury time. The referee may choose to add on some extra time at the end of this game. And it's just headed on there by Saliba to Ben White, who tries to flick it on to Odegaard. But Liverpool win the ball back now, and trying to break away is Darwin Núñez, and he's given a free kick as a referee for the challenge by William Saliba, which is taken quickly to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now down this near side to Mohamed Salah. He tries to play the ball, but it's a good block by Zinchenko. And it goes all the way now back to Alisson. Alisson just looking for options under pressure from Nketiah. He actually finds Szoboszlai. And gives the ball to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk across there to Gravenberch to Gomez. Gomez launches the ball in. Comfortably dealt with there though by Zinchenko, who just heads it back to the goalkeeper, David Raya. And David Raya just holds the ball up, and that's it. It's full time. It finishes 1-1 here at Anfield. A goal on 4 minutes by Gabriel. The scores were levelled up on the 29th minute by a nice strike by Mohamed Salah in the penalty area. Teams have had chances in the second half. Liverpool have hit the woodwork twice in the second half. One from a deflection from a shot from Harvey Elliott that hit the outside of the post. The other by Trent Alexander-Arnold that rattled the crossbar. But there is no separation between these two teams at Anfield. It finishes Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. And before we go off the air today, I'm just going to run through the scores from the Premier League today in case you missed some earlier. It is West Ham 2, Manchester United 0, Fulham 0, Burnley 2, Luton Town 1, Newcastle 0, Nottingham Forest 2, Bournemouth 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Everton 1, and of course it's finished Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1. I want to thank my producer today, Nicholas Jones, for producing for me. That's very much appreciated. Thank you so much. I also want to take the time to thank you, the listeners, for joining us today. We are available tomorrow for one more game. It's a Christmas Eve game. Wolves versus Chelsea at Molineux. It's the first Christmas Eve game since 1995 in the Premier League. So please join us for that at 12:55. Thank you once again, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening, wonderful weekend. Bye for now.